Hey up everyone, it's Farmer Dale here at Cannon Farm. I hope you're all doing alright today. Today we have got some bottle feeding to do, not too much. I'm taking the reins on Farmer Kate's job for just for a minute or two. We have got a young Swiss Valais sheep up at the roundhouse that's needing a little bit of extra milk. So I'm going to make it up and then we'll go talk a little bit more about it while this one has a drink. Right then, here we are, in with our young Valais, some of our lambs, some that were bottle fed. And then there's this little one here. The story with this little one, hey up buddy, is that it's just not doing, which is a bit of a farmer term, but what just not doing really means is that it's struggling a little bit in regards to getting enough food down it. Its condition's not as great as we'd like it, we'd love it to be in better condition, and all in all, it's just struggling. And when compared to these two, and the rest of the Valais in here, it's noticeably smaller and noticeably needs a little bit of help. So, it's looking a bit fed up, it's got its ears down, and these others are lively as anything. So, we're going to keep giving it a little bit of extra milk. These others have been weaned now, they're just on solid food, so they're not drinking milk anymore. And we were hoping that would be the case for the little one as well, but unfortunately it's not. Look at this. I'm getting absolutely mobbed because I've got this milk with me. Hey up Kate, I'm just telling them that I'm doing your job. No, it's all right. Kate's here now, so I'm going to let Kate feed because I'm getting absolutely mobbed by these others. Might be a little bit warm, that game.
Is Bertie making friends?
Yeah, or I am at least, anyway. So, I was just telling them, Kate, about this little one that's having a bit of trouble. It's just not doing. I was telling them that's the word that we'd use. Bit of a farmer term, but it's just to say it's not exactly how we would like it. And it's not a great drinker either, is it?
It isn't, so... Sometimes with lambs, they'll take to the bottle straight away, especially if they're a bit older. They'll get the taste of milk and think, this is brilliant. This one, although it's drinking the milk, it's not doing that sucking action that we'd like to see. So I've kind of just got to hold his head very gently. And he is doing a thing which sometimes you see, he just kind of mouths at the bottle, not necessarily sucking it, but he wants the milk out of the bottle in its belly. But it hasn't worked out quite the most efficient way of doing that.
Yeah, and this does happen, by the way. We get this all the time. With any animal, you can think everything's going perfectly well and everything's how you want it to be, but it's not just the case. Animals can quite quickly go downhill and get worse condition in a matter of days, a couple of days. An animal can go from being tip-top to not looking quite how they should. So this little one has got to drink that milk. As I mentioned earlier, it doesn't necessarily quite like it, doesn't necessarily know how to do it that well, but he does need that little bit of extra food down him just to make sure that he gets his condition. Right, I'm going to spin the camera around and get a little bit of a closer look. Right, so here we are, look. It's slowly but surely getting down that milk. I made a little bit too much actually, so it's not meant to have it all. And you can see the difference in size between these others and the little one that Kate's got there. These other three were bottle fed, weren't they, Kate?
Yes. So this one in front of me, this is Bertie, who touched the bottle the first one off, and they're getting a little bit jealous, but they have been without milk themselves for a few weeks now, so they know to get their solid food, to get their hay, whereas this one, it is a bit younger than the others, which can say why it's a little bit smaller, but it really should be a bit bigger than it is at the moment. So I'm giving it a little break, just because he was biting me a little bit on that last drink, and we'll try again in a little bit.
So, with a bit of care and attention, Kate, there's no good reason that this Valais lamb shouldn't come round, is there? But it's just a case of paying it a little bit of TLC, really.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it'd be so much easier if it drank the bottle really well initially. It could have been weaned by now. It could have been maybe slightly smaller than this one here. But unfortunately that just didn't happen, so we've just had to step in just because we saw it not growing at the correct rate. So we just have to step in at this stage and do the best we can for it. So this lamb's getting to the point where it's biting me a little bit more than it was initially, so I'm going to stop giving it a drink just because I don't want it to be a negative experience for him, and we're going to try again in a couple of hours and hopefully we'll get some more milk into him.
Yeah, right then guys, so Kate stepped in at the opportune moment, then I'm definitely not a pro at feeding them, so it's a good job she were here. thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Another little tale to tell here on the farm. There's always one. There's always something going off. This little valet needed a little bit of extra help. We're very confident it will come round and it'll be absolutely fine. But we do just need to pay it a little bit of TLC. Right, guys. So from me, Farmer Dale, and from
Farmer Kate.
we will see you later. Don't forget, give us a like and a share if you can. And I'll see you. Bye, guys.